Welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be doing a different type of video. I'm going to be going through some makeup that I love and some things that I don't love, and comparing my reviews to what is being said in the majority online. I'm very curious because I am a creature of looking up reviews, but after I fall in love with something, I kind of don't even think about the review. I don't even worry about it. Or if I dislike it, I don't like to be swayed by other reviews. So I don't look at those reviews a lot because I don't want to be swayed with my opinion. Oh, it just got sunny. Sorry if the white balance is off, guys. So you may have heard me say some things I've started to learn I don't love, but I haven't actually taken the time to look in the reviews and see if other people agree with me, or maybe I'm doing something wrong this whole time. I don't know. So today I'm going to be going through reviews and comparing them to my own. But first, I really need to do a little bit of housekeeping here. Today is going to be my last video I'm filming before I get Invisalign. I've kind of mentioned before on my Instagram that I was interested in getting Invisalign, and a lot of you told me your experiences with it, and I was actually scheduled to start getting them in the beginning of March. Hi pandemic, how you doing? Thanks for messing that up for me. But now it is safe for me to kind of start the process of getting Invisalign. So, you are going to probably be seeing some mouth changes here on my channel. I'm actually going to be straightening my teeth just a bit. I've got a little bit of crowding down here and a little bit of things off up here, but I'm also then going to be prepped to get a future implant back here, which I'm really excited about. And some of you may be going like, wait, why do you need an implant? If you are newer here, you may not know, or if you missed the videos that I've talked about it in, I actually have 4 baby teeth still, and one of them, well, 3 now, because one of them is gone way back here. You can't really see it, but I'm going to be getting an implant in the future. So 2020 was supposed to be the year of like getting my ish together, and it's sort of working. I'm sort of on the road to recovery with hormones and stuff, but now my teeth are going to come into play too. So this is the last video I'm going to be filming before you start to see some changes here, maybe some sound changes. I may have a little bit of a lisp for a hot second, but that's hopefully going to be worked out pretty quickly. I've been told it doesn't take a long time to kind of work through the lispy sounds of getting used to Invisalign. So if you're curious about that journey, let me know below, and maybe I'll do a video on that if you're interested, because I know some of you have said I'm really interested in Invisalign, so if you ever do get it, let me know. I'm gonna be getting it. I'm getting it this week, so I'm very excited about that and nervous because I talk to a camera twice a week. How am I gonna do this? And I have Zoom calls. Oh goodness. At least no one's gonna be seeing me too close in person for a while, but you know, it's fine. I'm pretty excited about that. The other thing is I may be taking a few days off of filming, mostly because I just need a little R&R time myself. I'm gonna be organizing and scheduling some time away from work soon, and just to be able to have some time to relax. So if I don't get a chance to pre-film for you guys, please bear with me if maybe I miss an upload or two in the near future. I don't know when exactly just yet, but Mama needs a break. Mama's exhausted. But I know you guys always understand and are very awesome about that, so thank you. Also, I should mention the sound machine is going on above my head. I usually turn that off, but Adam is home today. He doesn't feel too well, and Penny is upstairs with him, and she loves the sound machine, so I'm just gonna leave it on right now. And no, Adam does not have COVID. He's just got a tummy situation, so he's home with me today. Everything's okay, no COVID here. But if you hear the sound machine, that's because Penny needs it right now. Sorry guys, and it's been rainy, so I don't know what the light's gonna do. Bear with me. But moving forward, let's talk about what is in front of me, what I'm loving, and what does everybody else think about the stuff I love and hate? Let's find out. The way I picked some of this makeup today is some stuff I just love a lot, and I may not even always talk about it here on my channel consistently because it's stuff I've told you I love and my feelings haven't changed on it, but I'm curious how other people have felt. And the first thing that kind of came to my mind was an eyeshadow palette that I have had now for maybe 3 years. I've hit pan on it, I love it, and it tells you a lot about an eyeshadow palette if I have hit pan on it, because you guys know eyeshadow palettes are my jam. I love them, and I tend to use a variety of them. So the one that I love a lot that I'm curious if other people feel the same way that I do is the Tarte Leave Your Mark palette. This palette seems pretty basic, I know, and it kind of is, but that's why it's so perfect for a lot of things. You get a highlighter here, you get some mostly shimmers, but these shimmers work beautifully on the crease, in the corners, all the crevices that sometimes a shimmer doesn't perform well. These perform amazing, and I've loved these for years. It does have some mattes in it. It's got Speak Up here. Is that the only matte? Okay, maybe that's the only matte. But clearly it's never bothered me because I still think this is the palette I have reached for when I was moving across the country and I only could have a few pieces of makeup with me. This is the palette that I took with me. When I've traveled for like quick trips for work or things that I needed to either be able to go from day to night with, this is a palette that's great for that because it's got the darker tones down here to kind of smoke up an eye look if you need to go a little like nighttime with it. But this is also very neutral, so you can really play up other makeup features with this. You have a highlight and it has a mirror. Hi friends! There's a lot of great things about this palette. So this is something I've loved for a long time. I've mentioned it quite a few favorites videos. So let's see how other people think about it. I wonder if nobody else likes this but me. Maybe I'm a unicorn. Probably. I'm currently on the Ulta website, and this was actually gifted to me by the Regular Girl Reviews. She is a blogger and Instagrammer that I adore. I'm gonna go ahead and link her below because I love her so much, and I think everybody deserves a little love right now. This has 4.5 stars on it on Ulta right now, so let's dig into these reviews. That makes me excited that I'm not the only one that loves this palette. So this has 47 5-star reviews, 1 1-star review, 8 4-star reviews, 6 3-star reviews, so there's not a lot of people not loving this. Let's see what they say. Most helpful positive review that Ulta has pulled up for me is, I, in all caps, love this palette. She says, this was my first Tarte palette and I am in love. The colors are beautiful and pigmented. I love the sparkles and rose gold hues. Well worth the money and looking forward to more Tarte products. This is one of the things that really introduced me to Tarte, along with something else I'm going to talk about, and I could not believe how good it is, and I still use it all the time now. So this was up against their most critical review, which gave it 2 stars and said, I'm gonna try a different one. So I used this product to try to create a more natural look and it hardly showed up at all, even with primer. Once used for a more glam glow and seemed to work well for that. It's a pigmented palette, but still very, very neutral. And she was excited about the vanilla scent, that's why she was really into it. I forget that it is scented, but I don't really smell it too much now. It could be because I've had it for like, I don't know, 3 years. Still loving it. Hitting pan on it. Not sorry. Let's see. Oh, this is a review from 5 months ago, and this one it says, the leading title, Great Buy. I really love the colors in this palette, and it's quite deceiving. But the highlights are even more saturated, glowing, and long wearing. I have purchased several palettes, and this is by far my favorite, she says. Cute case and love the colors. This one is a 4-star review. It says, I think the case is adorable, and the size is good for a smallish traveling option. I only wish there was a brush included so it could be an all-in-one product. Oh. That said, I love all of the color options, she says. I don't use dark shadows too often, so the one darker option is just enough for me. I guess that's kind of how I feel too, because you can actually still see in this darker purple tone over here called Respect, you can actually still see the Tarte embossing on this, whereas everything else is pretty much gone, so I don't really use this much. I clearly have used this one a ton though, and love it. You know what I mean? Different strokes, different folks, but this palette does it for me. The next review below that is a 5-star review, and it just says, love, love, love is the headline with a purple heart. And she said, I've never used Tarte before, but it's great. It lasts, it goes on easy, blends well, and it smells delicious. I wish a few of them came as singles because I'd buy even more. This Tarte palette is the one that made me curious about Tarte. And I know not everybody loves Tarte shadows, but I feel like these smaller palettes, at least this Leave Your Mark one, is a different formula than some of the other Tarte eyeshadows I have tried. I really love this, and I'm so glad to see so many other people do. So since I've got a lot of makeup in front of me, let's move on, because this one's clearly getting love. So this is clearly recommended not only by me, but by other online reviewers. Food for thought for you if you're looking for a palette like this. So let's just pivot to one that maybe I don't love so much, and we'll look at the reviews. Maybe I'm wrong, but this is the Ace Beaute Vintage Dawn palette. So I chose this palette. I love that it has a mirror, and I was really excited about these shades. I have a palette before from them. I've told you guys this before. Ace Beaute came in one of our BoxyCharms a while back, so when it came down to choice for another palette from them, this is the one that I chose because I knew I loved the other palette. This one so much, not really. I'm not loving this one nearly as much. So I'm curious what the online reviews are. My current review of this is I think some of the shades are good. I think some of the shades are patchy. Some of this can get muddy. It's just not as quality of a formula as I think a previous palette is that I have received. It's not my favorite and I don't find myself reaching for it almost ever anymore. And we just got it. So I'm kind of worried that this won't make it to the end of the year for me. So let's see what other people are saying. Maybe I'll get some ideas and tips from other people online that have had it longer than me and have given it maybe some more time. Okay, so it may be starting to rain soon. If you hear raining on my roof, sorry, but the show must go on. I am now on Ace Beaute's website, and I am specifically on this eyeshadow palette, seeing what the reviews for it are. The first review is from Christina. She gave it 4 stars, and she says this is a really nice eyeshadow palette. The colors are a little too bright and bold for my preference, but the quality is wonderful and the formula is easy for her to work with. Oh, and then she says visit my blog for my full review. Amber just said, out of all of them, this is my favorite. And she said, I kid you not, I own all of the Ace Beaute eyeshadow palettes. And I think this is my all-time favorite because of its gorgeous range. Interesting. How does it perform for her? Maybe she loves it. Maybe she's used to it. Maybe she's figured it out. Maybe I'm wrong. Let me keep digging. Ooh, as I'm looking at the ratio of reviews on here, it's pretty much 96% of people are giving it 5 stars on their website. One person gave it 4 stars, and no one has ranked it below a 4 on their website. So I'm pretty much gonna get nothing but I love this, this is great type of feelings on their own website, which makes sense because why wouldn't you ask your, constant consumers to review your makeup? That makes sense. But I kind of want to get off of their website since I'm seeing that's where this is going and seeing just generic Google reviews for this. Let me do some digging. Hold, please. It's not gonna be on Ulta or Sephora because they don't carry them there, not that I'm finding. All the Google reviews are for the shimmer shadows, the shimmer glimmer shadows that I've told you about before, and those pots that I like that we got from Boxy. I love those, but those are the only other reviews I'm finding on Google underneath this name. Again, hold please. I'm gonna pivot because I'm not finding a lot of online reviews for this palette, so I'm gonna go to the BoxyCharm website now. I was trying to just get generic people, not just BoxyCharm people, but now I need to know. Because it's kind of hard to dig for reviews for just this for them. But everybody that I found so far, a lot of people love it. This has 5 hearts on the BoxyCharm website too. So maybe this is just a Nichole thing. Maybe it's my skin or my shadows maybe it's how I play with shadows that I don't like it. I don't know, guys. Jacqueline F says, I love this palette. Mandy R says, love, love, love this palette so much. Lindsay B said, love the color story and quality. Truly a unique palette to my collection. So I do think it is unique to my collection. There is that to be said for it. Good point, Lindsay. So a lot of people are loving this, so they're disagreeing with my review on this. I get it, that's cool. How do you feel about this if you received this? Are you guys feeling like me that it's not as good as their other one? Or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's just a Nichole thing. Totally possible. This Park Avenue Princess Tarte Chisel palette, you know I love. Look at all that pan porn, right? Yeah, totally. This is something that I have loved for years now. I got this actually the same time I got this little baby from my pal The Regular Girl Reviews years ago because she wanted me to try this. So I have clearly fallen in love with it. I use this all the time. So I think that pan speaks for itself. I gotta know what other people are saying online about it. So let's dig in. You can tell I've not been shopping on Ulta or Sephora in a long time because I can't even find this on there. I didn't know they weren't carrying this, I guess, at Ulta or Sephora, or at least I'm not finding them online there, so I need to do some online digging. Hold please. I am currently on Google and this is what a bunch of reviews have pulled up. We're looking at a 4.8 out of 5 star rating. The headlines on these are reading things like totally worth it. 8 months ago on the Tarte Cosmetics website, somebody reviewed it saying, I am so happy to receive this palette. I got it from BoxyCharm with my Boxy Luxe. I already used the Park Avenue Princess bronzer and it's my favorite. So getting the Amazonian clay infused bronzer bar in my Boxy was wonderful. I love that I can blend out the formula. The 6 shade variety itself is really nice and there are 4 universal bronzing powders, 2 mattes, 2 shimmery. The removable pans are magnetic, so you can take one out. I think I have heard that actually, so maybe I can just replace singles instead of rebuying this whole thing eventually. Good point, I forgot about that. On Influencer, this is marked with 5 stars, and this reviewer says, this is one of my first introductions into the world of contouring. And she said it's been such a pleasure to use from the moment you slip into this elegant palette. It is a stunner. Oh, she's a writer. Powders feel like silk and they go on with ease. I totally agree. Whether I'm using a brush or a blender, it all works great. The colors can work on the fairest skins like myself and to sun-kissed individuals, all the way to a darker caramel color tone. So she feels like this has a great variety of options. So here is a 3-star review for comparison. Again, this one is from influencer.com and it says, I like this and I don't like this. My favorite shade is the Princess Cut because it's a nice cool toned bronzy contour. That would be this one for her. Mine is this one. That is Carrot. She feels like the other bronzer shades are just a bit too orangey for her. I do notice that sometimes I have to mix and marry the colors depending on my own personal skin tone, so I can kind of feel what she's saying there. She has a problem because the 2 lighter tones here are also too dark to set under her eyes, where they work well on my skin tone, but I could see that being a big problem from anybody else, though. If they couldn't make those work, I could see that. The rest of the reviews that I'm seeing are 4 and 5 stars, so a lot of people are also loving this contour palette. I love it a lot too. This is definitely a standby for me. It's always right here. It's my right hand face man. Now to pivot to something maybe I'm not as in love with, and you're not shocked about it because I have talked about this recently. This is my Essence Sun Club Matte Bronzing Powder. This one is for like the brunettes. So for me, I love how this blends. I think this does a beautiful job to really warm up the face, but my biggest complaint, well, I have 2 biggest complaints. The main one is that it ghosts me. I feel like it does not last all day on my skin. And the other one is the size for me for not working as great as I want it to. The size makes it easier for me to want to justify decluttering it because I don't have a lot of space here and I'm a tiny beauty space for something that maybe I'm not reaching for and loving. So let's see if maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I need to do more work on this. Who knows? Let me look. Can't be mad at the price when you look this up. I'm on Ulta's website right now and this is $4.99. This is where I purchased this originally from. I don't mind if this doesn't work because it was $4.99 and look at all the product they give you. Essence is a great brand and I do love them. I love their mascaras. That's what I'm wearing today on my eyes. So this has almost 4.5 stars on the website. It's more like 4 and a sliver. So this review that I'm reading here is from 3 days ago from a girl named Gabby in Michigan, and she has the one that I have that's called for darker skin and darker hair. She said, I'm Middle Eastern and I have natural olive undertone. I am relatively pale right now, but I was baffled when I saw this come because it is seriously so light colored. I had to check to make sure I didn't order the light one on accident because there's one for blondes and lighter skin and one for brunettes and darker skin. It's really just like a 2-tone situation. It's not really visible at all over my foundation, and it does have a very nice smell though. 2 stars. It does have a good smell. But I wondered that too because I was like, if this is for darker hair, darker skin, this is definitely not a great range essence, but I'm sure that's not the first time they've heard that. The second review I'm seeing is from 8 days ago. I'm not sure which one of these 2 she got, the lighter one or the darker one, but she said this bronzer rocks. I love this. It is the perfect shade for us neutral people. I have a neutral undertone, so when I'm using this, I do love how it looks on my skin. It just doesn't stay on my skin. So buildable, smooth, and it smells great, says Meg from 20 days ago. She said the bronzer seriously can't be beat. She was previously a Hoola bronzer lover, which you know is iconic. She says if you don't like strong scents, don't buy this because this does have a strong scent. Orange is the next review from Morgan from 20 days ago. She says, I bought the one for lighter skin tones. It smells great and the formula is great, but it made me look like I had gotten a bad spray tan. So this one is the brunette one. And this person said it had 5 stars for her, and I was looking for a cheap, good quality bronzer, and baby, this was it. Man, the people that are getting this one that does work for their skin, she says they're all saying they love it. Awesome, amazing. This is getting a lot of love. Super Hazy Flower from Montana says this is just okay for the money. She said it's not the right color and it's a little patchy. She's sure it'd be fine if she went in with a lighter hand, but it's obviously not bad for the money at $4.99. So a lot of people are actually liking this a lot. I I've kept it around because I like how it looks. I just don't feel like I can see it by the end of the day. So maybe my issue isn't that I can't see it at the end of the day. Maybe it's because it's not dark enough for me. Maybe that's what I just discovered here, is that it's not dark enough. I can maybe see that being the problem then if it's not lasting all day. All right, let's talk drugstore for a second. You guys know a foundation that I can't stop talking about, especially as an oily skin sister, a sensitive skin sister, and now I'm going through menopause. These are my CoverGirl Olay Simply Ageless. As many of you know, the Olay Simply Ageless foundations are it for me. I love them so much. I'm really appreciating how this really moves with my skin. It doesn't pill, it doesn't pull, it doesn't patch off on me. I'm loving this even more than an original OG CoverGirl product. The Outlast 3-in-1 is not cutting it for me. I have this currently in my Shop My Stash, and I'm about ready to declutter this because compared to this doesn't compete anymore. I don't know if it's my skin or the formula. Maybe formula changes, I don't know. But this is where I'm at. This is my heart. This is what I'm loving, and this is what I'm trusting right now with my skin because I need extra help right now. Courtney7 reviewed this 2 days ago with a photo, and they said, honestly, this foundation is for more mature skin. And I don't have any wrinkles yet, LOL. But they said, but either way, they wanted to try it out, even though they don't have wrinkles or mature skin. I mean, technically, I don't know if I'm considered to have mature skin, but I need it for the, I'm prepping for what's to come. And this person said, it doesn't hurt to try new things, and it really improved the appearance of their skin tone, and it made their face very moist. So I found that really interesting, and the photo with it, skin looks really good, but I can also see that there's probably a filter on there as well. So I don't know, but if they love it, that's awesome. And then this kind of follows up with it. There's another review from 6 days ago from Francis Makeup 19, and they say, I'm 20. But I find this ageless foundation, it really hides the laugh lines for creasing. If I am planning on staying out a long time, I love wearing this foundation. And what she's saying here is it doesn't matter how old you are. This truly is ageless. It doesn't have to be only for over 50, over 40, or whatever, because 20-somethings are like, I get laugh lines too. I like to have a good time. And if I'm gonna be out all day, I love these. So thank you for validating how I feel. I'm 36. And I definitely have some lines and some fine lines here. It's fine. It's all fine. It's in the name. It's fine. It's fine. 6 days ago, DJ Aloha said, she said, this base is too good because it has a spectacular coverage where it covers imperfections for your face and it covers enough for makeup, but it doesn't look like too much. And her picture with it is beautiful. Someone named Static reviewed this 7 days ago, only gave it 3 stars though, and said moderate price, hydrates well, and feels good on my skin. Oddly enough, it smells really good too, but they only gave it 3 stars. So not really sure what their complaint is, but I don't feel like it's too hydrating though. Again, I'm an oily skin girl, and I feel like this is still doing a really good job for me. Okay, so this is my one complaint about this, and Jennifer K gave it 5 stars and said, this was okay, but I think I may have gotten the wrong color. It seemed like it settled into my wrinkles, so I didn't really see an improvement there when compared to other foundations. Probably will not recommend or be repurchasing, but she still gave it 5 stars. So sometimes reviews are confusing. For me, the color is kind of tricky. I'm learning more and more as I get a little older. I've always thought I had a neutral undertone, but now it's definitely getting verified with maybe the new makeup that's coming out, but I'm definitely not a pinky undertone, and I'm definitely not a yellowy undertone. I'm more neutral, and I have a hard time getting the perfect color match for me as I change and get a little bit darker, get a little bit cooler. I tend to find I either get a little too pinky or too yellowy. So I am still looking for my perfect match, and sometimes, as you've seen me do, and I'm holding 2 up right now because I mix them a lot. I do wish I could figure out either my best color tone for them, or maybe they give me a couple more colors because I need more neutrals for myself. I'm not yellowy, I'm not pinky, but I feel like sometimes these pull that, so I have to use concealers or other ones to, you know, blend. Other than that though, I'm seeing a lot of love for these from all ages, and I appreciate that. I want to talk about skincare for a hot second because I am really loving this. I loved this last year. I got away from it because I tried some other skincare from BoxyCharm, Ipsy, all the good stuff. But right now, I was noticing from I think all the stress and everything that's been going on these past few months, I needed to like start back at base one and really work with my skin some more. And the product that has done a lot of great things for me last year and again this year, this is all post-op hysterectomy too, keep in mind. This is my Peach and Lily Glass Refining Serum. You guys know how much I love this stuff. I've talked about it a lot. I've introduced Adam to it. It really helps to get the brightening going for my skin, which really helps to get all of the dark under eyes or the dark imperfections and stuff. I'm not talking like total age spots or anything like that, but I'm meaning just more lightening the skin pigmentation, giving it that brightening effect. This does a great job for my skin, and I've tried other vitamin C boosters and things like that. This one seems to be the one that does so many great miracles for my skin. Love it so much. I think I'm about down to here on it now, not totally sure, but I'm really curious what the people are saying online about it because I don't hear a lot of buzz about this online. Yeah, we got it in Boxy, so in like the Boxy community, I feel like I've heard about it, but not a lot in like the other spheres. There are the realms out there. So I'm gonna do some investigative Nancy Drew digging. Hold please while I look these up for you. So happy to report that Ulta carries this. I prefer to get reviews from places like that, so I feel like it's more of a mixed crowd rather than going to maybe the Peach and Lily website because they're not such a brand that I feel like if you didn't know about them, you may not know. So Ulta, I feel like it's like a variety, whereas instead of it just being their cult following classic lovers, you know what I mean? I want the mixture. So it looks like this has a 4+ stars. It's got a little sliver over the 4 mark, so that's a good sign. $39 value. So glad I got this in a BoxyCharm to try it because I can tell you that price tag would have absolutely scared me away had I not tried this and tried to figure out my skincare routine. For 5 stars, this has 491 5-star reviews. For a 1 stars, it's got 53 reviews. So I'm gonna try to get a mixture here. First 5-star review I'm seeing for this product said major redness reduction. I seriously have reactive, dry, sensitive skin and I break out really easily. So I originally started out with the travel size for this product. And when you first see it, you won't think too much and that it's not doing too much. The serum is completely clear and slightly watery texture. All agree with you so far. Completely agree with you. I really wasn't expecting too much out of it, she says. The next morning I noticed the redness I always have on my face from old acne, scars, or skin imperfections, things like that, was already reduced. My skin also felt and looked smoother. I've been using this for 3 weeks now and the redness in my face is almost gone. Redness that I have struggled with and treated for years. I'm finishing up the trial size now and I'm ready for the full size, so I think the cost is totally worth it. She absolutely loves this product. I love hearing that. It's not even my product and I'm like, I love it because I recommend it. So the most critical review of this has a 1-star review, which I assumed it would, and it says, I got this last year while it was on sale at Ulta, and once I started using it, I was getting painful breakouts on my cheeks and jaw, and even on my forehead where I don't usually break out. Oh, it sounds like she might be allergic to an ingredient in here. So that is something that as a skincare, you know, as you're getting into skincare, you kind of have to start recognizing ingredients and seeing what your body reacts well to and what your body doesn't react well to, because that's part of like your own personal science and investigation. From 6 days ago, Amy in San Francisco said I would 100% buy this again. I love Peach and Lily Glass Refining Serum. There are very few skin products that are toxin-free, gluten-free, vegan-free, and so much more. I have been misled by so many brands with their false claims, so I'm so impressed with this serum. But the whole Peach and Lily line is also amazing, and my skin has never looked better, she said. I've loved this for 4 months now. Glowing skin, poreless skin, hydrated skin. My skin is back to its 20s, and I'm nearing 40, says K Fanatic from Houston 6 days ago. Wow. Simply amazing, says Serious Skincare from Miami, Florida, who has acne-prone skin. Her review says, this is the most amazing serum I've ever used, and I swear I've used them all. The good reviews are spot on with these comments. I was surprised by a few hater comments, but it's most likely another brand's salespeople. This is where the mindset goes of a consumer, guys. It's true. She can't believe how great this product is. My skin has never looked better, says Angela from Tampa. Oh, we're neighbors. How you doing, Angela? Michelle 7 days ago said, I love it. She says that she sees some bad reviews for this, but people need to figure out what's going on with their skin because not every ingredient is for every skin type. And that's kind of what I was just saying a minute ago to the girl who was getting really bad acne from it. Clearly, that's not what they were going for. So it sounds like something in your body chemistry that's not working well with it. Kia from Sea Haven 7 days ago said, it's nice, but it's not enough to use it alone. She likes it with her moisturizer. I do use this with a moisturizer, but as far as like a skin perfector goes for a serum, this is it. Interesting, because Kathy from Florida 8 days ago gave it a 1-star review and says, dehydrating? I'm surprised that this serum made my skin dehydrating. I think she meant to say dehydrated when it contains hyaluronic acid. I noticed more flakiness and felt more tight. I do not notice any long-term skin brightening besides the initial application. I wonder how long she was using it for. I feel like I really see a difference after my first week, kind of going into my second week. That's unfortunate. It must be like something in your body chemistry isn't flowing with it. I want to look into a couple of things that I'm not falling in love with, and I know it could be a me thing, but the Fenty Beauty highlighter, I really like this. It's in the shade Trophy Wife. I just struggle with honestly wanting to use it that much. Oh, darn it. The packaging is always hard for me to get open too. That's another con for me. Hold on. I need an adult. Whew. It's so beautiful. Finally getting it open. It is so beautiful, and I think it's so pretty. It's just gold, very gold. I don't reach for a lot of it, so I'm just kind of curious. It's not that I dislike this. I'm just curious if I can get any ideas from people. You guys have known what I've done with it in the past is kind of get, or maybe not this brush, but a more like fluffy brush to kind of use it so it's not like a stripe of gold on my cheek, something a little bit lighter. That works great. It also looks great on the lids. I'm just kind of looking for honestly more ways and opportunities to use this, because I find myself, now that the new makeup smell off of it is gone and it's sitting in my drawer, I'm not reaching for it as much as I was hoping I would. So I'm just gonna kind of dig in some reviews and see what people are saying. Okay, I'm on Google Shopping right now where it kind of pulls up a bunch of reviews for the same product. So a review on Sephora was like, the product was nice, the color was not, is the name of this particular review, and they gave it 3 out of 5 stars, so they're not like killing it or anything. These are okay. This is a review from Danielle from in Sephora. She said, I love Fenty, just not this product. I've seen people using it as an eyeshadow and a blush, but on my skin tone, it's just not flattering. Then there's people saying, I love this highlighter. It is bright, it is colorful, it is summery, and it pops. So true. Maybe once quarantine is over and I can actually go outside in the sunshine and maybe do some things around Tampa, I would love to wear this a little bit more. Maybe that's what it is I feel like indoors it feels like too much for a Zoom call, but maybe outside, when I can go back out, when we can all go back out, it's happening, but slowly but surely. Maybe that's when I'll reach for this more. Again, I don't hate it. It's just something that's kind of like, you gotta be in the mood for this. It's kind of like blue eyeshadow. You gotta be in the mood to put on blue eyeshadow and go to the world with that. You gotta be in the mood for gold ass highlight. All right, the Pretty Vulgar Primer. This is something that is currently something I'm trying from my BoxyCharms very recently. And I let you guys know I wasn't in love with it, and I was actually really surprised at the reviews I did read at that time, going like, I did not love this. It did not work for me. This could be an eyelid thing. This could be my oily eyelids. This could be my dry eyelids, whatever the heck my eyelids are at the moment. Hi, menopause. Thanks for changing all that for me. This is not working for me at all. So I'm really curious if I'm just like alone on this. Am I on an island? It's okay if I am, but I'm just curious. Okay, so I think I somehow found this in an Australian online review for Sephora. So somehow I ended up in the Australian Sephora, and they have 3 reviews for this. The first one saying a little disappointed. And they said, I don't really rate this primer. It caked around the edges, and even though I applied very little, I could feel it suiting there. So I think she meant sitting there. And maybe it was a case of operator error, but I tried this 2 times and I just don't like it. But the tube is cute. Agree. I felt like it was very thick. I felt like no matter how light and like much I tried to pull off on my fingers and then apply it, it still was just too cakey, too bunchy. Maybe it's our skin. The next review says, amazing product, 5 stars. This product is so amazing it makes my eyeshadow last all day long. I work on an airline and put on my eyeshadow at 2:30 a.m. and it lasts until I take it off at 6 p.m. I honestly can't believe how amazing it is. I couldn't recommend it more. She loves it. Loves it. It must be a skin thing. Third review. We're in the middle of the road more. 3.5 stars, and it says not too bad. Product is a little sticky once dried. Agree. But other than that, it's not too bad. Keeps my eyeshadow from smudging all day, so I can't complain really. Kristen A said 1 star. I am not a fan, and I'm on the influencer website. I haven't used many eyeshadow primers, but I always either use the MAC Prep and Prime or the Urban Decay. I got this in BoxyCharm, and I wanted to use it with my Bloodlust palette that I've got, that I've never had any issues with previously. And it was super sticky, even after I set it, which I always set my primers. And the shadow was super hard to build up and get a full pigment, and blending was impossible. I spent a literal 20 minutes before giving up and wiping it all off. That is kind of how I felt that day too, honestly. I didn't even want to keep going. And then the next review below that, 3 out of 5. And Heather says from California, if you prefer your eyeshadow primer to be more dry and a thicker texture, you'll enjoy this. Now she's saying it's more dry, whereas everybody else has called it sticky. This is a skin situation. We're back to this. See what works ingredients, see what doesn't. Something in this is not working for my eyelids or other people's eyelids, but working for the other half of you. So I'm still gonna try this at least 1 or 2 more times to kind of like work with it, maybe put on a little lighter, try maybe a little thinner application with maybe more of a ring finger, so less pressure. You know, I'm gonna try more things, but I'm not totally in love. Guys, this is a lot of makeup that I have kind of gone through that I love and some things that I don't love. And digging into the reviews, I'm learning more as I go, which is pretty fascinating that a lot of people actually like some things that maybe I wasn't in love with, so I should give it another go. Or maybe try things another way. And I think some things are just gonna be, you know, personal preference type things. Skincare and foundation are definitely amongst those things that are always gonna be a little subjective too. So tell me, have you ever done this before? Have you like ever looked up like maybe your favorite items or the things you hate and you see the opposite and you're like, fascinating. This really is such a subjective community. It's cool, right? Thank you guys so much for watching and playing here with me every week on my channel. I love you guys so much, and thank you so much for your patience maybe as we're kind of working our way through some of these crazy times for us right now. I love you guys. Tell me something positive and good that's happened for you today. And if you happen to be new here, hi new friends. I hope you take a quick moment to hit that subscribe button down below so you don't miss out on all of these fun, loud, weird, unique videos I do every week, even during quarantine. Bye guys. Love you.